Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'm doing another quick weekly recap of MMO news and announcements for the week ending September 11th, 2011. And as you can see from the video playing in the background, the first piece of news that we're going to take a look at this week has to do with Star Trek Online. And the news is that as of September 6th, 2011, Cryptic Studios announced that Star Trek Online will go free to play later this year, so that's later in 2011. Now this announcement shouldn't come as a big surprise because Cryptic's other game, Champions Online, already went free to play earlier this year. Plus, Cryptic Studios was actually bought by Perfect World Entertainment earlier this year as well. So seeing Star Trek Online becoming free to play shouldn't be that big of a surprise. And as I've said many times in the past, free to play is definitely the future of MMOs, and it seems like every month another game is dropping its subscription to go free to play. The game will have an optional subscription, but the free to play version will have a ton of content for players to explore. And the video you're seeing in the background, guys, is the official free to play trailer for Star Trek Online. As a big fan of the Star Trek series, yeah, I've watched all the Star Treks actually, except I haven't finished the original series, and I haven't seen the last season of Voyager, but I've seen so much Star Trek, I do plan on checking the game out when it goes free to play, which again will be later this year. Next up, guys, on September 7th, 2011, Aeria Games came out and announced the latest update for Eden Eternal, which will be adding a bunch of new things to the game, including the new Anuran race, which is a frog-like race. Every game needs frogs. Player shops, and a racial crafting system where humans can make gem crafting, the Zumi can do engineering, and the Anuran can utilize alchemy. These crafting skills will be available to level 30 plus characters, and the update is scheduled to go live mid-September, which is actually really soon. The next bit of news, guys, is actually a bit of old news, which I forgot to mention last week in the news, is that Firefall actually began its closed beta testing on September 2nd, 2011. Well, that's at least when the invites went out, and hopefully the beta actually began then as well. For those that haven't heard of Firefall, it's a 3D MMO shooter which is actually developed by a Western company called Red 5 Studios. Unfortunately, there is still no firm open beta or release date for Firefall, and I'm not exactly sure how many invites went out, but yeah, the game is in beta. Next up, guys, a small update for Ace Online, which adds new content to the game, including a new map called J-Arc, as well as new weapons and new monsters to fight. If you haven't heard of Ace Online, as you can see, it's a 3D space shooter, which actually used to be called Space Cowboy Online. And this bit of news, guys, came out on September 6th, 2011. Well, guys, that's it for MMO news, but as of September 6, 2011, Perfect World Entertainment announced that Rusty Hearts will begin its open beta on September 13th in both North America and Europe. When the game does go open beta, the game's stamina system will be removed, which will allow players unlimited time in dungeon runs. Plus, gamepad support will be enhanced, the level cap will be raised, and new maps and quest hubs will be added. And if you haven't heard of Rusty Hearts, it's a 3D side-scrolling hack-and-slash MMORPG by Perfect World Entertainment. Well, guys, that's it for games coming soon, but as for games that recently launched, we have Outspark's Luinia Online, which began open beta on September 8th, 2011, with the level cap being raised to level 78, plus other improvements being made since the closed beta transitioned to open beta. To celebrate the launch of the game's open beta, Outspark is doing several events, so you want to check those out on the game's website. But anyway, guys, that's it for MMO news and announcements for the week ending September 11th, 2011. Now, if you want to read about or learn more about any news mentioned in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/news. If you want to discuss anything in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/forums. Anyway, guys, this is Omer, signing off. And yeah, it looks like we had a pretty short week for news, but yeah, later, guys.